All right, everyone, Supreme Kami over here. So let's actually go over what we have for Thursday night update over here. So they did drop another new banner over here. So in terms of this new banner, I feel like this banner is pretty worth your hardships. I gotta say, because they're giving out like what step 1, 3, and 5 are actually guaranteed. So I don't know, like I can't really skip out on that, but we'll actually go over what we have what we have overall this week. Just gonna talk about what do I feel like is probably like the best week to kind of to use the hardships and all that over here. So yeah, this banner is obviously pretty good, but this banner is only going to be up for 2 days, so you guys really have to decide whether or not you want to summon on or you want to spend your hardship elsewhere, right? So that is going to be pretty much it over here. So they did also drop news on like what is going to be the next arena. So in terms of the next arena, it's going to be the 1v1 that is going to be Gundam type mode here. So that means you want to activate Gundam type in order to get the parameter up by 150%. In terms of 3v3, we will have the operator base. You want that to set to high firepower over there. So that is going to be pretty much it. So let me actually talk about all the banners, all like what are the other perks as well in terms of this week. So in terms of this week, not only the banner is good, like these over here, right? What about revive? Like this banner is good as well. Like this one is a guarantee. Like it's only going to be one time only, but it is going to be a guarantee. If you guys do like the unicorn or the what is it, the Kasashi repaired, obviously you can summon this one over here. But I would have to say, I don't know, me personally, I feel like this banner just on the technical side, talking about like how good like all these are, I don't think they're like anything too top tier at this point in time, just because of the time like where they came from, like in terms of the time slot is pretty much like I wouldn't say they're that old, but some of these are or just kind of got replaced already, right? So that's why I don't think. Maybe I'm still using this one over here, like the luminous. This one is still something I'm using. It's not bad overall, right? But other than that, all the other one are just kind of like meh, not too good. But it's decent enough. If you guys do have any of these part, probably can take advantage of it, right? But this one is probably gonna be a skip for me. Other than that, these two are definitely going to be hot skip as well because they're not really guaranteed in a way. The rate is going to be 16%, but they are going to be dropping that L badges. So if anyone does have any of these parts for like both these banners, for example, you can definitely summon up on it. But what you can do if you summon on other stuff over here, I believe you can still exchange for it. If I recall, let me do a quick check. Yeah, you can definitely exchange for the L badge over here, so you don't need to summon on that banner to just get the L badge. So yeah, so that's why I will have to say that the revive banner or the reprint banner is kind of like not good at all. Alright, speaking of these two new banner over here, the Command Quanta as well as the Barbatoros over here, you guys know how my summon went. Obviously in terms of my side it was pretty bad, but probably on the other side of the world, right? People can be getting like completely like hot luck, for example, like this kind of meme, I guess. I see a lot of people having good pulls, right? But in terms of what we kind of anticipate, what we have anticipated for these units, they're not that hype, they're not packing like that cinematic CX skill like we would have like kind of imagined from what we have seen from the show. They didn't actually give us that, so I don't know. I feel like selling on these two banners are not really that worth it, depending on like whether or not you just purely like the design of the unit. I guess you can just kind of summon for it, but do keep that in mind. We should be getting the free to play version, or in terms of the event part of them, I want to say maybe within the next 2 weeks, because we still have 2 more collaboration that is yet to be released, number 7 and number 8. So if you guys don't mind having a free to play version, I'm totally fine with just having a free to play version, because I could not pull any of the part to save my life. But then talk about the technical side, or like the portrait, word text, and all that good stuff, right? They're not really like top tier. Like there's something that's a lot more better than them already, because whatever stat they're fulfilling is not that premium 40% trait. So that's why I'll have to say maybe focus on the other one as well. So that's why I will have to say these two banners are definitely gonna be a skip for this week solely. But take a look at the end there. This banner, these two banners specifically, does not expire until 3 weeks later. Let me check. Yeah, these banner does not expire for like another 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks or so. So you guys definitely have time, for example, to kind of accumulate a little bit more hardships, then kind of come back around to see, all right, I think I can finally have enough hardships to summon for it. But then again, by the time we hit, let's say December 14, we should have been able to get the free to play version, which completely satisfy any aesthetic build players might have with them already. So in terms of this banner over here, this banner is hot. You know why this banner is hot? Because they're dropping, well, not besides they're dropping like the good freebie, this one over here, the build coins over here. They're also, in terms of the step up right here, it's gonna be 100% for the first part or one of the parts, and then 71% chance, right? 71% chance. This kind of slightly skewed towards you having a 5-star part, so that is absolutely good. Step 3 is going to be a 100% again. Step 4 is going to be 71, and then step 5 another 71 or 100%. This banner, I would have to say the only downside is not having any out badges. So if you guys do want to alterate any of these part right here, you might not get the chance to do so. I think that is probably the only argument that I will say don't summon on this banner. But other than that, I feel like this banner is worth every hardships that there is, because they're also dropping this item right here. They're dropping the item as well as you know, just tickets where you can kind of exchange with her. So this one right here, the gunpla build coins used to be something that they drop, or like that is something you can obtain when they have those limited time multi-mission bosses, like when we had Hashmaw, when we had like Perfect Strike Gunner, for example. But they stopped. I feel like the only reason they stopped doing that because we have these over here. What is it? The Grove Hanger tickets over here. Like we have been throughout the release of the Grove Hanger right here specifically, they have been dropping a lot of good tickets over here where we can just kind of have this slot open available. But my only problem, or I guess the only like counter argument to that is this takes a while. Because with this over here, let me kind of go back to the Gunpla build coins over here. When you have yourself 700 of these first, right? When you have yourself 700 of these coins over here, what you can do is you can go over to the shop, and then you can go over to exchange, permanent, and then come down over here, and you can pick yourself up the trade up pincer or the skill upgrade sniper over here. So this is innately gonna grant you 1000 experience point to that one specific part, and then this is 1000, right? Keep that in mind, this is a one-time 1000 on the spot, so that's why this is definitely gonna be a lot more better than if you talk about this one over here. So the fastest you can go for this one specifically, this one, the fastest you will have to get up to 1000 experience point is gonna take you 5 days. So would you rather wait 5 days, or you want to get that done within like that 1 second, right? I guess that is more or less the cost differences you're looking at, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people are fine. I'm not sure if there are any facts backing up that, right? But I feel like a lot of people will probably go with this one over here. I feel like, me personally, I would go for this one as well, because like with that 1000 experience point, maybe I don't need it for the entire parts. For example, like let's say my Helios head is like level 9 right now, parts level 9, and I only need that sliver of like experience point to max that out. Like I wouldn't want to feed in like 1000 like experience point for that. Like maybe I'll just go down to over here and maybe use 300 or 400 and to just satisfy the remaining, you know, experience bar that's needed. So in that regards, I feel like this one is better. But if you need an immediate desire of having your part up to certain point, I guess go for that one. But you know, other than that, I feel like that is probably the only benefit. But the other benefit is also having this over here. You know, they have this over here, right? The limited time parts exchange tickets. So with, I believe, wait a minute. Are they dropping? Hold up. Let me take a quick look. Is it only the final step, or is it every step you're getting it? If that is the case, that is going to be a completely different. Okay, so it is only going to be the last step. So after you spend 7,500 hardships, you will be able to get 1 ticket, right? With this 1 ticket, you can come over here. Go back to the exchange tab. Go back to the capsule freebie, and you can exchange yourself up to a pretty recent roster list over here. Like in terms of this roster over here, they're up to High New Gundam second form. So this is a extremely updated list over here. So a lot of these are actually good. So you're going to be looking at from, let's say what, anything from, let's say, double shield quanta until here, you can build yourself an extremely powerful modern, like really top tier melee suit and shooting part over here. So high news is extremely good, armor is fantastic, freedom is going to be top tier because of that big scale property, you know, for shot obviously. Your big justice over here is extremely good as well. Leg part having that 40% trait, definitely a must-have for a melee build, you know. That's why I would have to say maybe this ticket is good. But you know what is also the best value for this week besides this over here? This is only like, I want to say like the side dish over here, like the main course. All right, for this week it's gonna be the hardships shop over here. So look at this. So with 300 hardships over here, you can exchange yourself one 5-star parts exchange ticket over here. And then with another 300, so I did exchange myself these already. These all cost 300, so you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So with 1500 or 1500, you can exchange yourself all these. You know, that is equivalent to one multi summon. So I feel like spending this time around, spending it on the hardship store is probably the better bang for your buck, for example, like, because you can never in the history of the game, you can never exchange for what with the equivalent of what 1,500 hardship. You can never exchange for all of these good stuff over here. So that's why I would have to say, please, if you guys do have, let's say, 1,500 hardships laying there, please pick up these up. Like, these are going to be valuable items where you can just, let's say, upgrade like this one over here, like we just kind of talked about. So this one is going to be specifically for your part of your portrait. This one's going to be specifically for parts that have EXQ base over here. So this is definitely a dream come true. So why spend what 7,400 where you can probably spend it on these over here? So you know, with this over here, you can definitely pick up one. But I will have to warn you guys in terms of this one specifically, like this one they're offering, this one that they're offering, this one over here. Oops, I backed way too far. So let me go back to it. In terms of this one specifically, right? The roster that they're offering is rather old, so that is going to be my only complaints over here. Look at that. They are only up to Destiny Impose over here, which is probably like an old unit. Which the backpack as DXQ is pretty savage. You know, it's like a really good cinematic. That is something I like personally. But other than that, like I don't see too much of like a good value. You know. Like no, the value is definitely there, but if you talk about recent release, this roster here would definitely just not satisfy with that. But there's definitely tons of good part that I feel like players should be getting up here. Specifically, I want to look at parts that has let's say buff EXQ effects. So that is something that I'll probably be focusing on. There's totally other parts that are good, right? Is this part even here? Let me see. Right here. So this shoe is definitely something I will highly recommend, because this shoe right here is gonna work extremely good for both your melee and shot base unit here because of this effects over here. So let me show you guys what it is after alteration, just to give you guys a better idea over here. So I feel like this is probably the part I will have everyone like just a good recommendation, because look at this. You know when buffed it, both of them when buffed it, you get an EXQ pack boost by 30%, and then when buffed it, another EXQ effects up by 30%. So these, I've been talking about these forever. They're like probably the best thing ever. But my other warning for you guys, if you guys are not using EXQ that has, let's say, any built-in effects, like something along the line of, you know, let me see if I can find any over here. For example, if your EXQ does not possess any of these effects over here, like these over here, having that buff EXQ effects is gonna render to nothing. So that is something you gotta keep in mind. But yeah, like I feel like overall this week around, like focusing on the hardship store is definitely the best value. You know, trying to exchange for all these first. You know, these are definitely gonna be something worth bang for your buck for sure. If you guys do have a little bit more hardships left over, and maybe you want to try yourself on this banner, like I can't guarantee you get the best of the good stuff, because you can walk out of here, you know, potentially with one of the earliest Sokais in the game, right? You can be looking at, what is the earliest in here? The list goes on and on and on. Let me do this actually. You can get yourself the High New Version Ka, which is the very first Sokai we have in game, and it's probably one of the more outdated unit, if you will, like in terms of the portrait stats, word tag wise, they're one of the more wonkier. They're not the best, so that's why it's more or less like a fair warning. Just because hardships is hard to come by, and we have a lot of good stuff this week. So kind of see what you guys need. Obviously, that is definitely gonna be the best way to go around it. But this way here, like this thing right here, you guys better pick these up because like these are probably one is a lifetime right now. So with 1,500 hardships, you will be able to secure yourself a 5-star exchange right there. So energy, more or less, depending on what you guys need. I definitely need a lot more energy, so that's why I'm going for them. I might obviously get these as well. Maybe board these, I don't know, but these are definitely good. This one is gonna be for AI pilots and all that. But yeah, I feel like kind of cover everything. So the choice is definitely go for this one first. That is gonna be my top recommendation. And then if you guys don't like, after you guys are finished with that, you guys do have a little bit more hardships left over. Maybe you can go for this banner. This banner is still fairly good because of that pickup tickets. Pretty recent roster, so I wouldn't say why not, But yeah, that is pretty much gonna be my recommendation. Do let me know how do you guys feel about this week specifically in terms of the content, like the banner content they had dropped. Like, do you guys think it's good or whatnot? I'm pretty sure a lot of people are not too happy about the Barbatos as well as the Command Quanta, but in terms of the hardship shop, that is definitely a killer. Really good. So with that being said, that is gonna be pretty much it, and then I'll catch you guys all on the next one.